Okay, so current affairs from 25th, 24th, 26th was a holiday, not much of current affairs. So the first current affair is Simlipal National Park, a poacher's paradise. Experts note a rise in incidents. So this was a news in Down to Earth. So here the topic is Simlipal National Park. So it is an environment topic. So you have to cover. It's very famous national park. From which place? Odisha. So we have to cover this from environment point of view. Okay. So here on January 2022, carcasses of male elephant whose population is already on a decline was found. It means lot of poaching is happening in this particular national park. Poaching means what? Killing. Illegal killing is happening of male elephants in this national park. So we'll cover this national park first. Okay, first of all, what is the news? Simlipal National Park in Odisha's Mayurbhanj district. No need to cover the district name. Nobody will ask you. Has turned out to be a hunting ground for animal poachers for the last few years. 11 elephant deaths हुआ है since 1919. So these are some of the information. No need to remember. Okay. So here, which is important for prelims. Group 2, Group 1, Group 3, Group 4, all these things, direct questions they may ask you. See, Simlipal is derives from its name that is called Simul. Simul means cotton silk. Silk cotton tree. It's a national park, tiger reserve situated in Odisha. Now, they may ask you, if you remember some classes before, there's a question in 2011 or 12, they will ask two river names. Okay, it joins where? What is the wildlife sanctuary name? These kind of questions they may ask. So here also, the tiger reserve has some beautiful waterfalls like Joranda and Varehi Pani. So these two you have to remember. They'll simply ask, identify the place which derives its name from silky cotton. Okay, and one of the waterfall name they'll give, Joranda or Varehi Pani. So you have to, in this way you have to like do the preparation. Okay. Fine. The park is situated by high plateaus and hills, the highest being the twin peaks of Khairiburu and Meghashini. So, two peak names also you have to remember. In the question they will ask. See, the question pattern will be, they will not ask about the peak names. These peak names will be given in the question. You have to identify this. Because this is more important. This is not much important, but it will be asked in the question, so that you need to include in your preparation. Getting what I'm trying to say? Okay, at least 12 rivers cut across the plain area, all of which drain into the Bay of Bengal. The prominent rivers are Burabalanga, Palpalabadan, Salandi, Kairi. You no need to remember these rivers. Just remember, lot of rivers cut that plain and go into the Bay of Bengal. You have to remember these two waterfalls and the range, twin peaks. Okay? Okay. Now, Sal is the most dominant tree species here. Sal tree, you know na? Sal tree, S-A-L. It is the dominant tree species here. Now the park is known for tiger, elephant, myna, lot of things are there like jungle cat, langur, gaur, antelope. No need to remember, because when you get more than 2 to 3 or 4 animals in a single tiger reserve, so no need to remember unless and until that national park is specific or unique to a particular species, that you need to remember. Otherwise, mostly every national park will have all this common. Okay, so when you cover national parks and tiger reserve, if I give emphasis on a particular unique species, that you need to remember for exam. Questions are being asked. Okay. Okay. Prominent tribes. Here some tribes are also there. Now from exam point of view, how to cover which tribe is important. Some prominent tribes are Kolha, Santhala, Bhumija, Bhatudi, Gondas, Khadia, Mankadia and Sahara. So this Mankadia tribe is important. Why I have made it prominent? Because it was in news. It was in news very recent. Okay. So this tribe they may ask. which of the following tribes like resides in Simlipal National Park? They may ask. Clear? Okay, now history no need to remember here. I'll give you some task which you need to do on your own. It was formally designed as a tiger reserve under Project Tiger, 1973 se. Now government of Odisha has declared Simlipal as a wildlife sanctuary in 1979. Nobody will ask you about the year. Remember, don't remember this year it was declared, this year it was declared. No, just you need to remember it is a tiger reserve and it is also a national park. Government of India declared it as a biosphere reserve in 1990. So it means it is also a biosphere reserve. Now biosphere reserve is a static environment topic which we will cover. Maybe in 2 to 3 days we'll be covering, because we have started our environment course, right? We'll be covering. So it is also a biosphere reserve. So now in your self-study or when you start our class, you have to cover what is biosphere reserve. What is biosphere reserve? List of biosphere reserves. List of biosphere reserves in India. Okay. One is another list of UNESCO MAB program biosphere reserve. Some biosphere reserves are in India. Out of that, some biosphere reserves are recognized in UNESCO's MAB program. Okay. MAB program full form? Man and Biosphere Reserve program of the UNESCO. Okay. Now, I'll give you a hint. Now you must be thinking, what is national park? Then what is biosphere reserve? There's a difference, right? See, national park or wildlife sanctuaries, that is one category. Both are different. Another thing is biosphere reserve. ठीक है? National park and wildlife sanctuaries focus on species. It is species oriented conservation. ठीक है? Species oriented. Biosphere reserve is a holistic way. Everything. Community, about tribal species, everything, landscape restoration, everything. Getting? In a biosphere reserve, we have Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Okay, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. For example, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Now, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve has some 3 to 4 wildlife sanctuaries, 2 to 3 national parks, some 6 to 7 wildlife sanctuary national park included. It has. Okay. So one biosphere reserve can include one national park or more than one national park. Okay. It is very wide in area. Got it? So it includes everything. But national park and wildlife sanctuary is a species oriented conservation. It focuses on a particular species. Here it focuses on species, on community participation, on landscape restoration, everything, etc., etc. Getting? Okay. So your task is cover biosphere reserve here itself when you do self study or when you do revision. List of biosphere reserve in India. List of biosphere reserves out of that which are in the UNESCO list. Now this UNESCO's MAB program, that is UNESCO's Man and Biosphere program, came in 1971. This year you have to remember because it is important. UNESCO का है. UNESCO is a specialized agency of United Nations. Okay. United Nations, UNESCO is educational, scientific and cultural organization. Specialized agency like Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, like WHO, World and Health Organization, like WMO, World Meteorological Organization, etc., etc. Okay. Now UNESCO also added this into the, so it is a biosphere reserve from India. It is also included in the UNESCO's MAB program of 1971. India will give a nomination to the MAB, to the UNESCO. It is up to the UNESCO to include that inside the list of UNESCO list. Got it? It is up to UNESCO. UNESCO has its own criteria. Okay. Now if I ask you, now when you come to prelims, it is this much is not enough. Now tell me one thing. Once a Indian biosphere site it gets included inside the UNESCO MAB program, what happens? Like what happens? Like why? What is the reason? See, this is, you have to think why. You simply stop your, like you can't simply stop your brain ki okay ho gaya, let us go for it. No, why?
No development projects, etc.
Without getting included into the UNESCO, you also can get development projects. Why UNESCO? Why? What the additional benefit you get? Why India wants ki this site should be included in list? You are saying funds. Is it mandatory ki once you get included, UNESCO will give you funds? Is it mandatory? It is not mandatory. First of all, it is not mandatory. Initially, UNESCO may provide funds but it is not mandatory. The thing is, it gets a recognition. It gets a recognition in the world list ki yes, this is a list of biosphere reserve, we need to conserve it more. Getting kind of a recognition, you get a validity. Funding is not mandatory. Here they will put a question in prelims. It becomes mandatory once you get into it. It becomes mandatory to give a funding. No, it's not mandatory. Okay. This tiger reserve also comes under Mayurbhanj Elephant Reserve. So here when you cover in environment elephant reserves, we will also cover elephant reserves. This is tiger reserve, this is elephant reserve. So this tiger reserve also comes under the Mayurbhanj Elephant Reserve, that also includes adjacent Hadgad and Kuldiha wildlife sanctuaries. These two you have to remember. Kuldiha wildlife sanctuaries. These are all specific prelims part. Nothing to do with mains, prelims part. They'll put these names in the question and ask nearby kaun sa hai. Nearby, which of these are nearby to this, or nearby to Elephant Reserve, Mayurbhanj Elephant Reserve. So your task for today is Biosphere Reserve, which I explained you. You can read it from internet. No need to go for books also. Internet. Simply type Biosphere Reserve UPSC. You will get everything. Okay. Plus also go through elephant reserves. Some topics, right? Elephant reserves. First topic is elephant reserves. There will be 12-13 reserves. No need to remember, just go through it, make notes. Okay. Elephant census. Elephant census. 2020 में one question came from elephant. The last census was in 2017. So 3 years back question are also being asked in the exam. Now when you type elephant census UPSC, you will get a lot of sites. Go into that, you will get some conservation programs of India for elephant also. There only make notes. Conservation efforts. Okay. There if you get, it is okay. If you don't get, type. Next point, elephant range countries. Elephant range countries. Those countries where elephant is prominent or available or present. Clear? Itna karo, elephant topic done. Okay. This way you have to cover. Always do not depend. A real aspirant will not depend on the class to be started. He or she will pick the topic, do it on her own, then come into the class and do revision there. Getting? But the thing is, how an aspirant will know? Obviously, that is the main question. हमको पता कैसे चलेगा? So there you need to know simple the topics and the way of finding stuff from the internet. Okay? क्या हुआ? चाय चाहिए? कॉलेज से आए हो क्या? डायरेक्ट? एक काम करो, उल्टा करो, कॉलेज में सो जाओ, स्लीप इन कॉलेज. ठीक है, अंडरस्टूड. एलिफेंट, एलिफेंट अंडरस्टूड. एलिफेंट तो बचपन से देखते हैं हम. ठीक है, ओके. नेक्स्ट. ओके, आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट द ट्राइब. ओके, मांकडिया ट्राइब. सी, इट इज अ उड़िया नेम. ओके, इट मीन्स दे लुक लाइक मंकी. इज अ उड़िया वर्ड. मांकडिस मीन्स monkey. So it is a nomadic tribal group who lives in Odisha. They are categorized as PVTG. Now this becomes a topic. PVTG is a very important topic. Particularly vulnerable tribal group. ये तो full form है. Okay. Now tell. PVTG, there are question already asked in 2019 previous year questions. Now particularly vulnerable tribal groups means they are very vulnerable. There is a list. 75 groups are there in the list as per the government. So the government will recognize them as PVTG in a particular list. Who recognizes it? Which ministry? Ministry of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. You think wrong. It is Ministry of Home Affairs, not tribal. अब tribal है तो tribal में मत चले जाना. It is the Ministry of Home Affairs who will recognize or make the list. Remember, Ministry of Home Affairs. PVTG. Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. Now the question comes, how to cover this topic in detail. So here I have mentioned in self-study you can cover PVTG. Topic is governance. Okay. Topic is governance. Now simply type PVTG UPSC in your website. Okay. When you type, first of all you will know some from where it came. One commission name. Post independence there was a commission. That commission name you type and the year you type. That's it. From there it came. The concept came. Okay. No law is there. From a commission it came. Now go to the website PVTG. There will be a 75 list. Full list will be there. In the list there will be lot of tribal names. Side you will find the states. Clear? You will find the states. 75 you can't remember, yes or no? Now in history in UPSC there is tribes topic. Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4 there is tribes, yes or no? Last को है syllabus में. Now how to cover? I am telling you the easiest method. The easiest method is, there is a hit and trial method which I used to do during my time. What I will do, 75 I can't cover. Pan India I can't cover because we are not Pan India star. Pan India star कौन है? प्रभास. उसका राधेश्याम का कलेक्शन पता नहीं क्या? Okay. So what you do is, you are from which state? तेलंगाना, आंध्रा, जो भी है. You are from a state, right? You can't be from 3 to 4 states. You are from one state. I am from 3 states. Okay. 3 states है, एक state मतलब दो अलग मतलब मत निकालो. Okay. What you do is, you are from X state. Okay. First of all, it is your duty to know all. First of all, in that 75 list, go to that state. Make notes. These are the tribe names. Because they'll ask tribe names which state. So one kind of notes made. Next what you do, for your good thing, go for your border states only. Don't directly go to Jammu Kashmir. Your border states. 1 or 2 will be there your border. 1, 2 or 3 unless and until you are from UP. ज़्यादा border है उनका. तेलंगाना आंध्रा में very easy है. ठीक है. Border states का cover कर लो. ठीक है. 2 to 3 will be covered from here. ठीक है. It's all about psychology. ये psychology है और कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है. But that does not mean you will take psychology optional from today. Okay. So 2 to 3 border states. कवर हो गया. नेक्स्ट, योर फेवरेट स्टेट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस 2 स्टेट्स. योर फेवरेट, उसी का कवर करो, ठीक है, उसी का कवर करो. डोंट गो एंड वेस्ट योर टाइम 75 लिस्ट करके, डोंट डू इट, इट्स वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम. देर इज नो रिटर्न, एफिशिएंसी नहीं है वो. इतना कवर करो, लिखो, और होल ईयर कवर दिस मच ओनली. आई कैन गारंटी इफ क्वेश्चन कम, your answer will be correct 100%. How? If the question will come from directly from here, it is done. If it is not directly, elimination से हो जाएगा, because 2 to 3 options or the wrong options will be from here 100%. Understood? This is the trick. This is the trick. Understood? Your state, border state and your favorite state. कोई favorite state तो होगा ना सबका. क्या है favorite state? Your Andhra favorite. No, that's a birth state. Apart from your birth, so there will be a favorite state. So my favorite state is Maharashtra. So I'll take from there. Okay. Favorite state. Don't go for Andaman and Nicobar. इसके बाद just cover Andaman and Nicobar because they are in news. The tribes. This much you have to cover. That's it for tribes. Now the scope is what? The question. Tribe name. And if you are from Andhra, cover Odisha also. Now the thing is, Andhra and Telangana will be very good. Why? Because most of the tribes are there. Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Andhra. तेलंगाना में थोड़ा बहुत है, नॉर्थ तेलंगाना में कवर हो जाएगा. आपके लिए तो इजी है. आंध्रा में जो है वो उड़ीसा कवर करेंगे, तेलंगाना में जो है वो मध्य प्रदेश उड़ीसा कवर करेंगे, और जो तेलंगाना में है वो आंध्रा कवर करेंगे, जो आंध्रा है वो तेलंगाना भी कवर करेगा. एक साथ दिया हुआ है. वेरी गुड देन. तो फिर डिवाइड क्यों किया फिर? ओके, गॉट इट. नाउ these tribes, now coming back to this thing, these tribes were denied habitat rights inside the core area of Similipal Tiger Reserve under the Forest Rights Act. Forest Rights Act of 2006. This year question came prelims mein, last to last year also question was asked. Now this act is very important, which we will cover very soon. Very soon I'll be covering the environmental laws. Okay, now this act, what you do? This act, I'll tell you in very simple thing. I'll give you the source also. Now this act you have to cover, or you have to wait for my environment class. Before that, what you can do, this act of 2006 is a very landmark act for tribals because it recognized the tribal rights of their property, the land. Yes, conditions were there. You have to live 75 years. Your generation has to live 75 years. But at least the government recognized their rights. They can claim, okay, this act. You have to read in detail. How to read? Simply type. Open 2 tabs. Forest Right Act, UPSC. 1 tab. Any site. Open, make notes. But that site will be only 20% of the act. Even less than that. So how to do? After that, open a new tab. Go for FRAIPLEADERS. This site. iPleaders. Make notes. Done. Questions will never be. It cannot be. Scope is nahi hai. Scope ही नहीं है because everything will be here only. So no need to go FRA Act 2006. 20-30 pages from government site. It is very well explained here in point wise. Cover that, 2 pages of notes. Only 2 pages. Hardly it will take 15 minutes of your life. Clear? FRA Act वहीं पे cover हो गया. Okay? Now when you type FRA Act UPSC, you will come to know why it is in news. Then in the next tab open this. Clear? And then wait for my class. So this you have to cover in a self-study. Understood? Next, Supreme Court simplifies the rules of passive euthanasia. We have covered this, if you remember, बहुत बार. When we covered in our polity class, article 21 में cover किए थे passive euthanasia. Now, but still then we'll cover it here. Again, it is in news. See, if you see carefully, if you become a 1 year or a 6 month thorough student, you will come to know there is only 0.1% new current affairs. All are old. 0.1% new. That too most it will be related to science and tech. These all news are old. We are studying this from our time. 2015, 16, 17 से पढ़ रहे हैं, अभी तक भी चल रहा है. तो हमारा काम इजी हो गया ना, हम उसी को ही पढ़ रहे हैं. So what is euthanasia? Anyone? Euthanasia. हाँ, mercy killing. Actually, euthanasia means when somebody is in very ill or in a vegetative condition, very ill. Okay, coma हो गया है या फिर he is facing very what do you call? बहुत उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Suffering. So it is better to die, better to kill, mercy killing. ठीक है? That concept is called euthanasia. ठीक है? So there are two kinds of euthanasia. One is active, one is passive. Active euthanasia is illegal something to make that person die. You are giving something. Passive euthanasia means you are removing something. Simple. You are not giving more pain. Simply, suppose oxygen दिया गया है, it's paining. You just remove the oxygen. Simple. Or don't give medicines. You automatically die. That is passive euthanasia. Passive euthanasia is legal in India as per Supreme Court and in most of the countries also. Passive. Active is not. Clear? As per the Supreme Court. It started from a judgment, that is Aruna Shanubag case. It recognized, first it is recognized, Aruna Shanubag case, everything is mentioned here. Aruna Shanubag case recognized for the first time कि yes, it is a part of Article 21, that is right to life. Now the Supreme Court said if right to life with dignity is there, then right to die with dignity should also be there. So they included it in the Article 21 of our fundamental right. Okay, but it is a judicial pronouncement. The verdict was given by judiciary, by Supreme Court. Now I ask you, this is an example, the Supreme Court giving a verdict, that is, it is a part of Article 21 fundamental right, passive euthanasia is a part. It is an example of judicial restraint or judicial activism. Judicial activism, because in a way it became a law. If Supreme Court is giving a ruling, it becomes a law. But Supreme Court role is not to make a law. It is the role of the government to make laws. Government will make laws, the Supreme Court will interpret laws. But yes, if the government is not making laws, Supreme Court becomes, like it becomes very much evident for the Supreme Court to interfere and make laws. That is called judicial activism, which is a polity topic. Okay. First of all, we'll read what is in news. News ये है कि Supreme Court removes red tape. Red tape means what? A tape which is red. Tape होता है जो लाल कलर का है. Red tape means what? It is used in governance, in government. Red tape means what? Red tape or red tapeism means complicated. What? Complicated वहाँ पे यूज नहीं होता है, दूसरी जगह पे यूज होता है. कहाँ पे यूज होता है? रिलेशनशिप में बोलते हैं ना, रिलेशनशिप स्टेटस क्या है ना, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. क्यों बोलते हैं ना 20s में? ये तो 21 में बोल रहा है. देखो कॉलेज में वही किए हो क्या? ओके. रेड टेपिज्म मीन्स गवर्नमेंट में जो फाइल्स पास होता है ना, बहुत स्लो हो जाता है ना. इट टेक्स लॉट ऑफ टाइम. यू नो ना, सरकार हमेशा स्लो होती है. रेड टेपिज्म, from this department to that department to that, to get a clearance it बहुत time लग जाता है, lot of time it takes. So that concept is called red tape or red tapeism. So in order to remove that, removes red tape, sets 48-hour timeline there, time frame दिया गया है, Supreme Court ने gave. Now what it said regarding passive euthanasia. See, strengthening the right to die with dignity, the Supreme Court of India simplified the rules on passive euthanasia in cases of terminal illness by removing red tape and constituting a time-bound process. ठीक है, Supreme Court ने एक time-bound process it constituted. एक time-bound process has to be there. The move held by medical professionals as necessary was preceded by a judgment in 2018 by a constitution bench headed by Justice K.M. Joseph. It recognized the right to die with dignity, noting that A person can draft a living will detailing how they don't wish to be put on life support in the event they slip into a incurable coma. Now there in 2018 Supreme Court said if someone wants to die, if he is very terminally ill patient wants to die, he has to make a will. You have to take the consent, na? You have to take the consent. A living will. He has to make a living will and will write it. Okay, I want to die. These are my persons. So this will take care of the rest thing. Everything, a will should be there. A document should be there. So the 5-judge bench included Chief Justice of India Chandrachud, who in a separate judgment argued dignity in the process of dying is as much as a part of the right to life under Article 21. So right to life, if it is there, then right to die with dignity should also be there under Article 21. To deprive an individual of dignity towards the end of life is to deprive the individual of a meaningful existence. If you are taking from him the right to die with dignity, it means you are taking his individual existence also. He should have that self-determination for right to die with dignity. Okay? वो हिंदी मूवीज़ में बोलते हैं ना, मरूंगा तो देश के लिए मरूंगा. भी पठान में भी वो डायलॉग है. क्या डायलॉग है वो? देश के लिए करो कुछ, डू सम, डोंट आस्क देश क्या करेगा, देश के लिए करो. एंड में बोलते हैं ना, फिर लोग ताली बजाते हैं. ओके, ठीक है. सो अर्लियर क्या हुआ था? नाउ द प्रोसेस वाज ए 3-tier प्रोसेस. अर्लियर, डे बिफोर यस्टरडे सुप्रीम कोर्ट मेड इट ए स्मॉल प्रोसेस. 48-hour टाइम फ्रेम दिया. अर्लियर क्या होता था? द पैसिव यूथनेसिया वाज ए 3-tier प्रोसेस. वेट, आई note the keywords here. Earlier passive euthanasia was a 3-tier, so it means now it is not a 3-tier process. In prelims they may ask, presently it is a 3-tier process doing this. No, earlier, and it was very cumbersome. Cumbersome means काफी lengthy था. Once the treating physician, somebody will treat, right? That physician had confirmed that nothing more can be done to save the patient. A primary board was constituted by the hospital which gave its review. Once the physician will do the treatment, until the treatment is done, a primary board was to be constituted. By whom? By hospital. Then a review board was put together by the collector. आप बनोगे ना आगे जाके कलेक्टर. यू विल बिकम ए कलेक्टर, राइट? सो यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ऑल्सो. सो ए रिव्यू, द कलेक्टर विल रिव्यू by the collector, okay, followed by approval or rejection from the DM after verifying the facts. Approve कर सकता था and it can reject also by DM. This was the case. This was the process. Understood? This was the process. Now, since the 2018 judgment, there has not been a single case of euthanasia. In 2018, there was a judgment. Ki yes, same this Aruna Shanuba case was before. In 2018, another judgment also. Supreme Court said the same thing. Right to dignity, right to die with dignity, very much part of Article 21. Since 2018 till today, no case happened. Now, key changes have been introduced. Key changes have been introduced on 5 fronts. According to 2018 judgment, only a judicial magistrate could attest or countersign a living will. That living will be made by that person. Document बनाएगा ना. The one who wants to die, he has to make a document. It has to be countersigned by a judicial, only judicial magistrate. Okay, which would remain with the district court. Here they may put the living will be signed by the district magistrate, DM. It's a judicial magistrate. Okay. In the Supreme Court's new judgment, okay, new judgment means this is current affair, today's. This is a new thing. This power has been given to a notary or a gazetted officer to make things faster. गैजेटेड ऑफिसर कोई भी हो सकता है, तुम्हारे घर के साइड में भी हो सकता है, भाई बहन कोई भी हो सकता है. ओके, and the document will now be in the national health records accessible by hospital. This point is the new prelims point. Got it? Requirements of what constitutes the primary board has been changed. Now, one primary board was there, na? It is now also there, but they have changed the composition. Something they have changed. What they have changed? Now the primary board has been changed from at least 4 experts were there. 4 experts were there from general medicine, cardiology, neurology, nephrology, psychiatry or oncology with overall 20 years of experience. Now they have changed it to 3 experts, including the treating physician. This person will be there, will treat. He is a part of the review board. The primary board. Okay, including the physician and 2 doctors with specialties and 5 years of experience. Now, no 20 years. Because 20 years of experience, it becomes difficult to find someone. 20 साल के experience क्या करोगे एक चीज में? Okay. If you get certificate in 50, अब जिंदा रहोगे तभी तो 20 साल बनेगा. Okay. 5 years experience, very easy. You can also be a part. यहाँ पे डॉक्टर कौन है? Anyone practicing MBBS? No one. Somebody was there, no, she is absent today. The 2018 judgment made no mention of any stipulated time. So 28 judgment में कोई time नहीं था. There was no time within which a decision had to be made. Now, a secondary board must immediately be constituted by the hospital, and the primary or the secondary board must arrive at a decision within 48 hours. All these points are important. Now 48 hours में they have to provide the decision on withdrawal of further treatment. ठीक है? Within 48 hours they have to take. Okay, for no further treatment will be done. 48 hours. So now the process becomes very easy or not cumbersome. Now they have reduced the process. So that red tapeism is getting reduced. All these points will help in mains answer writing also. What are the new changes according to the Supreme Court? You can add this. Okay. Also, both boards will now be constituted by the hospital itself. Primary board and secondary board will be constituted by the hospital. Very important. Hospital. Here in prelims they may put it will be created by the DM. No. So if you see carefully here, collector role is getting diluted. Previously the collector role was there, now collector role is getting diluted. Okay. Okay. Removing the, here it is written, removing, now it will be constituted by the hospital itself, removing the role of collector. It is written, removing the role of collector. So now according to the recent guidelines by Supreme Court, collector do not have much power. In the prelims they may add, collector has been given much power, more powers. No. Understood? Okay. Now what is euthanasia we have covered, you can just go through it. Now this euthanasia topic is a GS1 topic, it can be a GS2 topic, okay. GS1 topic, it's a part of society. GS2 topic, it's a part of judiciary. It is also a part of GS4 topic, that is ethics. So I have included or I have related it to ethics also. That is called ethics of euthanasia. In GS4 they may ask you. You can write in GS2 also, in GS4 also they may ask you. Now, what are the arguments against euthanasia? First of all, it is morally not acceptable in Indian society. It is morally not acceptable in Indian society, yes or no? If you talk about Indian society, nobody wants death, right? It is morally not acceptable. Now, because there are some norms which you have to follow in our society, right? Second, there is a guilt factor. There is a guilt factor. Why? See, parents may feel that they are a burden on resources and psychologically pressurized into consenting. Okay, I am a burden on my son. is spending a lot of money. So that guilt factor is also there. It is not good, right? You should not talk like this, ki the parents will feel ki I am a burden, so let me sign it or I'll die. As a sacrifice, they will do the sacrifice. You are not doing, they will do. It is also not good. Third, patient should be mentally competent. Not like, okay, I'll die. No, that mentally competent, it should be there. Or you are mentally very strong. But what defines competence? We don't know. What defines? We know the meaning of competence, but what defines? What are the parameters for competence? We don't know. What are the parameters for competence in particular to this case? We don't know. So that third point. So determination of competence is not easy. Fourth point, it is the moral duty of the child or the children to do palliative care of their parents till their last natural breath. So it is a moral duty. Okay, so these are the arguments which we have to give in against passive euthanasia. Active euthanasia, anyways, it is not accepted. But because passive euthanasia is accepted, so you have to give two sides. Your answer will need two sides. Now you have to also give some arguments in favor in the answer paper. In favor, one point is obviously self-determination. So here you can write self-determination. It means everybody should have their own right to decide whether they want to live or die. So here you can add about Article 21. Even Supreme Court said this. You are a part, this right to die with dignity is a part of Article 21, fundamental rights. Now it is more human to allow a person to die rather than to suffer. Because the concept of euthanasia comes when there is a huge suffering. This concept comes from that thing. Suffering is more. So it is better to stop that suffering. Okay. So this is why you have to write you have to explain one line on this. Point wise. Okay. Then in way forward you have to write, yes, in India passive euthanasia is included and these are the Supreme Court guidelines. Answer ho gaya, simple answer. Okay. These are passive euthanasia. I have already mentioned, you can go through it. Okay. These are the Supreme Court cases, Aruna Shanubag case, then another case in 2018. We are talking about 2018 case, right? This is a common cause versus Union of India case. So Aruna Shanubag case in 2011. So when you talk about passive euthanasia, just give two examples. One is Aruna Shanubag case in 2011 and 2018 case, common cause versus Union of India. Now comes the recent guidelines. Some change, that is to reduce the writ tapism. Understood? But presently there is no law on passive euthanasia. These are all Supreme Court guidelines. From government side there is no legislation on passive euthanasia. No. We can expect a legislation in future. Today we don't have any legislation. As of today, as of now, that is 27th January 2022. Okay. 2023, sorry. Okay. Next topic. PM hands over chadar. Chadar means cloth. चादर हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? मतलब सॉरी, तेलुगु में क्या बोलते हैं? चादर चढ़ाना, चादर को क्या बोलते हैं? चादर ही बोलते हैं. फिर चादर. जब हैदराबाद में विंटर ही नहीं है तो चादर का तेलुगु आता ही नहीं है. इट इज नॉट इन डिक्शनरी. ओके, अंडरस्टूड? You didn't understand? I am telling you, in winter, Hyderabad में winter नहीं है ना, there is no winter, and in winter we need that ना, that dupatta. I think in last 6 months he gave his first dialogue. That too about dupatta. Dupatta is not chadar. Huh? Dupatta. Acha, you told Telugu word. Anyways, you told for the first time. Are you told na dupatta? Who told? You told. Oh, I thought this guy told. तुमने वहां से, you told the voice from there, voice पीछे से जाके उधर से आया. दुपेटा, चादर में दुपेटा? No. They are saying no. तुम लोग अलग अलग आंध्रा से है क्या, एक तेलंगाना से? एनीवेज जो भी है, लिटरेरी मीनिंग जरूरी नहीं है. सो इन मॉस्क वी पुट दैट चाहता ना, वी आस्क समथिंग टू गॉड. मन्नत मांगते हैं. ओके, सो पीएम डिड दिस. सो हियर यूपीसी के लिए चादर इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. यूपीसी के लिए दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड. अजमेर शरीफ, दैट इज medieval history. Now this is medieval history part. Okay. So on 24th January, this was the news. Now Ajmer Sharif Dargah. Anyone went there? You went. Anyone? No, I went. Okay. Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Dargah. Now it is popular because of the piety and austerity of its sheikh, patronage. These all things are not needed. I'll tell you exactly what is needed for exam. Now, how to connect this with our medieval history? That is more important. Medieval history. Now, see, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. Okay, he was a saint. He was a Sufi saint. Yes or no? Now, when the word Sufi comes, you have to cover Sufism, right? Topic. Sufism. No need of books. Try to cover. There should be a reference book, that is a separate thing. But try to cover fast from internet. Sufism. In Sufism, we'll cover when it came to India first. Okay. Timeline. That is number one. Timeline. So Sufism is a part of Bhakti movement. You have to cover Bhakti movement. And 2 to 3 important Sufi saints. Last part, Sufi orders. 4 to 5 are there for important for exam. Cover that. Sufi orders. That's it. Sufi orders for exam, it is not much important, but when you find Sufism topic, it will automatically come. Okay, 3 to 4 orders are there, simply remember. And 3 to 4 terms related to Sufi. Ibadat, all those terms you can remember. Ibadat means what? Bolo. Reshma bolo. इबादत करना मीन्स ओबे. हाँ, बहुत सारे 3 से 4 टर्म्स है. इट मे बी आस्क्ड इन एग्जाम. ओके, दिस मच इज एनफ फॉर एग्जाम. दिस मच इज एनफ. ठीक है. ओके, नाउ बिकॉज दिस इज पीएम पेड विजिट मीन्स इट बिकम्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट न्यूज. Prime Minister is going means you should know about this because question can be asked because it is in current affair. Now, so Sufism we will cover from there. ठीक है. Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti believed he was a direct descendant of Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, and preached his beliefs to the masses. While he was on his world travel, okay, Moinuddin Chishti, he was urged by Muhammad in a dream to visit India. So he visited India. Okay. Now he reached Ajmer. This dargah is in Ajmer, Rajasthan. He reached via Lahore and made it his home in 1192 means 12th century, end of 12th century, and death in 13th century. So you have to remember he came in 12th century AD India. Simple. So this was the time 12, 13, 14 when Bhakti movement was going on and Sufism came. This is how you have to prepare. Your questions will be asked from these points. They will not ask why it was popular. Everyone knows. Okay. Now the shrine was built. Shrine was built by Mughal king Humayun in honor of this saint. In some websites it is written wrong. Okay, it was by Humayun because it is directly from the government website of Rajasthan. Okay, in some websites it is written wrong. Don't worry about that. It is Humayun from, it is clear cut written government website of Rajasthan. Okay, that is more authentic. Made up of marble. These are also important because 2018 I remember one art and culture question came where materials are being asked also. If they want to make the question difficult. Made up of marble and gold plating. The actual tomb is guarded by a silver railing and a marble skin. So three terms, three words: gold, silver, marble. ठीक है? During his reign, Emperor Akbar, हुमायूं के बाद अकबर भी made a pilgrimage every year. Shah Jahan built mosque inside the shrine. Inside the shrine also mosque is there. Shah Jahan. Lot of people visited there. Mostly all famous personalities after Humayun. Clear? So Humayun, Akbar, Shah Jahan. ठीक है? तो हुमायूं से पहले अगर कोई नाम आएगा, if the name comes something before Humayun, it is a wrong statement. Okay? Understood? ठीक है. Now the full architecture is a part of Indo-Islamic architecture. Now your topic is art and culture. This is art and culture topic. Indo-Islamic architecture type. In website 3 to 4 websites study, make your own notes, examples. Enough. Will be covered from there. Indo-Islamic architecture. Okay. Okay, one news came in 24th, polycystic ovarian syndrome and its complications. Not much of a news, but it was there, it was mentioned in PIB, so I covered it. So basically polycystic, you just need to know exactly what is the syndrome, that's it, not much of importance. Polycystic ovary syndrome is a multifactorial endocrine disorder which is characterized by chronic anovulation, irregular periods, hirsutism, weight gain are the common symptoms. So it is most prevalent female endocrine disorder and the preeminent cause of infertility with a worldwide range of 6 to 25%. In India it is 3.7 to 22%. Risk factors are, these are the risk factors: diet, sedentary lifestyle, obesity, these are all the, this much is enough. This much is enough. Okay, for prelims. Okay. So recently why it is in news? Because CSIR, that is, what is the full form of CSIR? Council of Scientific and क्या ऐसे क्या इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च, काउंसिल ऑफ साइंटिफिक एंड इंडस्ट्रियल. नाउ टेल मी, CSIR का अंडर CSIR lot of institutes are there. One of them is National Institute of Science Communication and Policy Research. It has brought its February 2023 issue, special issue on this polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now CSIR is bringing this issue on a national level, means it becomes a current affair because CSIR is very important. Now you came to know this. Just know what is this cause. Okay, this much is enough. Now CSIR comes to the relevant part. CSIR कब हुआ था? Already discussed. बोलो. 1942. 1927, that is ICAR. ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. 1927. These years are important because these are very big agencies, or you can call it as government bodies. You need to remember for chronology questions. 1942. Now this is a Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. It does some like research and development on science, technology, industries, everything. Now tell me, CSIR comes under which ministry? First of all, does it come directly under the ministry? You may think it comes under Ministry of Science and Tech. No, it is an autonomous organization. It is an autonomous organization, but funded by Ministry of Science and Tech. Funded by Ministry of Science and Tech. Okay, and because it is funded by Ministry of Science and Tech, if you remember, okay, I have not covered fundamental rights here. Okay, it comes under the definition of state under Article 12, fundamental rights. This is how you have to cover. Those who have not gone through fundamental rights, nothing to worry. Okay. The thing is, you have to cover, when you're covering CSR, you have to cover everything. CSIR, okay. Then you have to cover everything.
Sir, is it under Societies Act?
It is, obviously, it is under Societies Act. Autonomous body under Societies Registration Act. But because it is funded by the government, anything which is funded by the government, even 1%, it becomes a state under Article 12. And if it is infringing, state means if it is infringing your fundamental rights, you can go to Supreme Court or High Court to put a petition. That's it, over. Got it? Okay. ICAR क्या है? Indian Council of Agricultural Research. It is one of the world's biggest network of agricultural research institutes. Agriculture research and development they do. 1927, modern history. At that point of time, it came because of one commission was there. Who can tell me the name of that commission? By British government. Modern history. Bolo. Royal Commission on Agriculture. Royal Commission on Agriculture. It was constituted by British government. This commission told to British government, there should be, gave a proposal, there should be agriculture research network. That is nothing but ICAR, which is still there in Delhi. Okay, near to my home. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं वहाँ पे जाके बैठता हूँ, सिर्फ जाता हूँ तो वो देखता हूँ. ICAR. Understood? Okay, this is basically a modern history part. All the commissions which you have to cover in modern history. Okay. By-elections again. See, in January, this is the twice. See, you will get questions will be repeated. Current affair will be repeated again and again. Hydrogen mission कितने बार repeat हुआ है? National Hydrogen Mission. मैं खुद थक गया हूँ. मैं I forget in which PPT I have made, which date. Then I have to search. फिर copy करना पड़ता है. Copy करने के लिए half an hour. Search करने के लिए 20 minutes लगता है ना. Okay. So by-election क्या होता है? इलेक्शन को बाय बाय करना. इलेक्शन बाय बाय. बाय इलेक्शन मीन्स व्हाट? एनीवन? एनी आइडिया? न्यूकमर्स? बाय इलेक्शन? You know what is election, right? You know what is by? क्या हुआ? By election means, suppose there is a vacancy. Suppose the elected candidate dies or something happens, so there is a vacancy. So in that place one by-election will be there. Again one election will be there. That is called by-election. Abhi recently one by-election happened in Telangana. क्या था? Munugulu. नाम मतलब Munugulu. Munugulu elections decides who will be the chief minister, right? It is very important. कहाँ पे वो? Munugodu. D word is very famous here, na? D word. Munugodu. Okay. Who won Munugodu पे? TRS. जनसेना कब आएगा? अरे David yesterday I saw a news वो गधा लेके पूरा, हाँ? गधा लेके मतलब पूरा वो हनुमान बन गया अभी. But Pawan Kalyan has increased. His political thing has increased. If you see over the years, he's increased, na? Okay. But everybody I asked to Sharad sir also. Sharad sir told me, see, Pawan Kalyan fans will go to watch the theatres but they will not vote. Why this hypocrisy?
That's not hypocrisy.
Then?
He's a hero, not a leader.
But he is a leader now.
No, sir.
But now he is a leader. Chiranjeevi was also a leader.
Every hero can't be a leader.
NTR? Senior NTR? I think you are not Pawan Kalyan fan. You watched Vimla Nayak? You liked it?
Because of Rana.
Okay. So you like Bhalal Dev?
No sir, Bhimla Nayak.
Bhimla Nayak Rana you like?
Only.
That character is good. नहीं? Okay. ये पूरा एंटी पवन कल्याण है. फ्रॉम टुडे आई एम ऑल्सो एंटी पवन कल्याण. स्टूडेंट के साथ रहना पड़ता है टीचर को. ओके, बाय इलेक्शन वही, इट इज एन इलेक्शन हेल्ड इन ए सिंगल पॉलिटिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी. ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू फिल द वैकेंसी. द वैकेंसी मे बी ड्यू टू डेथ, एक्सपायरेशन ऑफ टर्म ऑफ ऑफिस खत्म हो गया, और एनी अदर रीजन. नाउ सी हियर, एनी अदर रीजन से कुछ भी आ सकता है. एनीथिंग कैन कम. एनी अदर रीजन मीन्स एनी अदर रीजन. ठीक है, एनी अदर रीजन. सो क्लियर कट इट इज मेंशन डेथ, बट एनी अदर रीजन ambit is open. So when vacancy happens, okay, yeah. So a member elected in by-election remains member of the remainder of the term. From today that seat became vacant, so the remainder is 2 to 3 years. So he will become till the remainder of the term, not from there again 5 years. No. Who had resigned to be disqualified. Section 151. Now this RPA thing comes from where? Already discussed. These by-elections come from where? It is not mentioned in Constitution, because we have covered the full, mostly the Bare Act. We'll cover again. So it is not mentioned. It has come from RPA Act of 1951. It states that by-election for filling any vacancy shall be held within a period of 6 months from the date of occurrence of the vacancy. Today the vacancy happened, within 6 months that election has to be there. However, 2 exceptions are there. If a by-poll need not be held, if the remainder of the term is less than 1 year. If the remainder is 6 months, after 6 months anyways new election will happen, so no need to do a by-election. Understood? If the remainder is less than 1 year. Second exception is, by-election need not be held if election commission in consultation with central government certifies that it is difficult to hold by-elections. If election commission, after consulting with central government, election commission says कि it is not possible to conduct by-elections. Reason can be anything. It can be law and order problem also, can be anything. But consultation has to be there. Who will certify? Election commission will certify, not central government. Central government is only for consultation. Certification by? What? Lakshmikant? लक्ष्मीकांत जा नहीं रहा है तुम्हारे माइंड से. यू स्टार्टेड लक्ष्मीकांत? नॉट सर ना, है टाइम है. बेयर एक्ट, वाह देखो सीखो. 19 से पहले बेयर एक्ट. सी ये पूरा फुल यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट नाउ. आई हैव गिवन दिस थिंग राइट, माई भविष्यवाणी. इट विल हैपन, आई एम टेलिंग यू. नाम के लिख के रखो, इट इज हैपनिंग. एनीथिंग विच कम्स फ्रॉम इनसाइड डायरेक्टली, नॉट मैकेनिकल, वो होता है. अब ये मत बोलो कल सुबह आके सर मेरा हाथ देख के बताओ क्या होगा मेरा. ओके, टीचर हूँ, एस्ट्रोलॉजर नहीं. ओके, नेक्स्ट. आदि शौर्या concludes garnering a massive audience of more than 50,000. It looks like DD दूरदर्शन में आदि शौर्या खत्म हुआ है. आइए पढ़ते हैं. आदि शौर्या क्या है? यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था? वाइब्रेंट तेलुगु बोल रहा हूँ, वाइब्रेंट ट्राइबल डांसेस enthrall the stadium and ignite patriotism among the spectators. Prominent tabloids of Tribal Affairs Ministry set to feature in the Republic Day parade. Okay. आदि शौर्या बेसिकली एक मिलिट्री टैटू एंड ट्राइबल डांस फेस्टिवल है. ठीक है, बेसिकली. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन सिंपली दे आस्क यू ट्राइबल आदि शौर्या व्हाट इज रिसेंटली न्यूज. आदि शौर्या क्या है? सिंपली नो दिस मच. ओके, आदि शौर्या पर्व पराक्रम का was organized recently by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs in partnership with Ministry of Defense and Indian Coast Guard. Indian Coast Guard, very important. In some previous class I told you to do Indian Coast Guard on your own. Now again I have done it here. Indian Coast Guard, Tribal Ministry, Ministry of Defense and Indian Coast Guard. Now what is Indian Coast Guard? ICG. Indian Coast Guard is first of all it's a statutory body because it has come from an act. Coast Guard, anything which comes from an law, it is called a statutory body. 1978 as an independent armed force of India with jurisdiction over the territorial water. Coastline पर रहता है, territorial waters including its contiguous zone and exclusive economic zone. Now your topic, type exclusive economic zone and see till how much. Now I'll not tell you now nautical, try to do something on your own. Nautical miles, how much? 200. Okay, these are part of which topic? Geography, normal current affairs, normal governance, you can add anything. It's a multi topic. Okay. Anyways, cover this contiguous zone and exclusive economic zone. Till that much, the jurisdiction is on Indian Coast. Headquarter कहाँ पे? Coast Guard. New Delhi. Their motto Vayam Rakshanama, which means we protect. Now it is an armed force, search, rescue and maritime law enforcement agency under. It comes under Ministry of Defense, not Ministry of Home. Mostly if you see the armed forces, mostly it comes from Ministry of Home. 95% it comes from Ministry of Home. But this one comes under Ministry of Defense, remember. Ministry of Defense. Understood? It has its 5 regional zones, no need to remember. This much is enough. Okay. Artificial synapse developed for brain-like computing with industry-compatible nitride semiconductors. Now, artificial synapse. Just remember, this is a science and tech topic. See, every day we are covering two or three science and tech topic which are in news. Artificial. Now, here the topic is developed for brain-like computing. हमारा brain जैसे compute करते ना, same they have developed another thing. Artificially. Our brain is also a computing device which is natural. They have created an artificial one with industry compatible nitride semiconductors. So scientists have used scandium nitride. Now how to cover these kind of topics? You have to be very keyword specific. You have to be very keyword specific. Scientists have used what? Scandium nitride. ये क्या एक semiconducting material है first of all. Okay, with supreme stability and complementary metal oxide semiconductor compatibility to develop brain. So scandium nitride is the use. What to do? Artificial brain like computing बनाने के लिए. Simple, scandium nitride. So how they will put question? Recently news, which of the following materials are used for brain like computing? 4 मटेरियल का नाम देंगे, उनमें से one of will be scandium nitride. Okay, so this invention, ये kind of invention है, so it becomes science and tech topic. So this invention can provide a new material for stable CMOS. CMOS means semiconductor, metal oxide semiconductor compatibility, operating synaptic functionalities at a relatively low energy cost and hence a potential to be translated into an industrial product. Okay, so these will be used. It can be used in artificial intelligence. Yes or no? ठीक है? So it can be existed with. It can be existed with artificial existing technology. Simple. So here 2 to 3 words. That keyword approach is very required for your prelims exam. Understood? So now tell me, brain like computing के लिए semiconductor का use हो रहा है. Semiconductors का एक application हो गया ना. So semiconductors has an application in artificial intelligence. When a question comes, which of the following are applications for artificial intelligence? वहाँ पे एक option रहेगा semiconductors. This is okay. Margin money worth ₹100 and जो भी है. Beneficiary under PMEGP, very important scheme, easy scheme but a very important scheme. Scheme name is, last day I told to cover it on your own. Prime Minister Employment Guarantee Program. Next day it is in news. Every time it will be in news. Prime Minister's Employment Guarantee Program. Okay, it is under Ministry of MSME. First of all, how to cover this? See, again, keyword approach. First of all, central sector. You know what is central sector? 100 times I told you. Central sector means it is funded and implemented. Everything 100% by center. Centrally sponsored means funded by both center and state, 50-50, 60-40, anything, and implemented by states. It is a central sector administered by Ministry of MSME, Ministry of MSME. Okay. At the central level, because it is a central sector, so at the central level it will be implemented by KVIC. We have already covered KVIC. Yes or no? Last 2 to 3 class before. KVIC is a Khadi and Village Industries Commission, came from KVIC Act of 1956. It will promote Khadi and village industries, this body KVIC. It implements this PMEGP. It is a single nodal agency. Okay, KVIC is nothing but a statutory body because it came through an act. Control under Ministry of MSME. So in state level also it will be implemented. See, this is the main implementing body, but state level something will be there. Okay, so through KVIC Directorate, State Khadi Village Industry Board, District Industry, they will do. Banks, you have to remember this. The government subsidy under the scheme will be routed by KVIC through identified banks. It is an employment program guarantee. The subsidy will be given by the government. Through whom? Through KVIC. But by the passage will be through banks, right? Into their bank accounts. Objective क्या है? Employment कुछ नहीं किसने बोला? Employment generation in rural and urban areas. Continuous sustainable employment to facilitate participation of financial institutions, because banks are also participated, right? Banks are also a part of this scheme. So participation of financial institutions for higher credit flow to micro sector. ये माइक्रो सेक्टर के लिए है, बिकॉज MSME के लिए है, माइक्रो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम. वहाँ पे इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर एम्प्लॉयमेंट फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन, दिस इज द स्कीम, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम. Now who are eligible? Eligibility is individuals above 18 years. 8th standard pass required. Okay, for project above 10 lakhs. For project above 10 lakhs in manufacturing and above 5 lakhs in service sector. Self-help groups can also, charitable trust can also participate, can take money. Institutions registered under societies, it means societies. They are also eligible. Production-based cooperative societies. We have covered cooperative societies. Okay, in class we have covered, in current affair also we have covered. Assistant under scheme is available only to new units to be established. Okay, existing units or units already availed by any government subsidy either under state are not eligible. any existing units who are already taking the subsidy, they can't take part or avail under PM EGP. Understand? This much you have to remember. Okay? Rate of subsidy is also different. The subsidy is not same in general category. The subsidy is not same. Urban 15%, rural 25%. No need to remember the percent. Just remember the subsidy is different for both. It is not the same. Okay? Fine. Okay. So now comes the final part, that is personalities. Every time we cover a personality, birth anniversary or death anniversary. So today we have which anniversary? 24th January means birth anniversary. Today we have birth anniversary of Shah Nawaz Khan. Modern history. First of all, before going to Shah Nawaz Khan, see the question. 2021 prelims. In the context of colonial India, Shah Nawaz Khan, Prem Kumar Sehgal, Guru Baksh Singh Dhillon are remembered as what? They were part of the Indian National Army. Indian National Army, Subhash Chandra Bose, we have covered in our last class. In our last current affair of 22-23, we have covered, because 23 was the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose. So in that last class, each and every detail of Subhash Chandra Bose is covered. It was a very big class because of him only. Okay, so this was the question. Now, so first, Guru Baksh Singh Dhillon, Shah Nawaz Khan, Prem Kumar Sehgal, they were all officers of the Indian National Army. He is a great freedom fighter and commander of Azad Hind Fauj. Azad Hind Fauj was established by Subhash Chandra Bose. He was profoundly influenced by Subhash Chandra Bose's speeches, asking captured Indian soldiers to join Indian National Army and to fight for India. 40,000 soldiers were recruited, right? He played a very big part in doing that. Okay. So they were the officers of the Indian National Army. They were captured by the British. Operation, what was the operation? Last class, Hugo. In Operation Hugo, that is Battle of Kohima and Battle of Imphal. And Battle of Imphal, they lost to British. Who lost? Japan and INA. Japan and INA were on one team. They attacked British India from northeast. Okay, Subhash Chandra Bose, but Subhash Chandra Bose escaped. He was not caught. These people were caught and they were trialed. The trial happened at Red Fort. That is the INA trials. These all are part of modern history static. This is the first trial of INA prisoners of war. Okay, now trial happened. They were defended by Tej Bahadur Sapru, covered 3 days back. Tej Bahadur Sapru birth anniversary or death anniversary was there, we have covered that also. So see, if you cover daily, your course will be a cover in 2 months or 3 months. Like that confidence will come through current affairs. Okay, so Tej Bahadur Sapru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Asaf Ali, Bhulabhai Desai, Kailasnath Kadju and others, based on the defense that they should be treated as prisoners of war, as they were not paid mercenaries but bona fide soldiers of the legal government, the provisional government of Free India or the Azad Hind government. So they were left. फांसी नहीं हुई. Defense में कौन थे? All these fought for them, and they were all part of the legal government, that is the provisional free government. Who was the first prime minister of this provisional free government? It was Subhash Chandra Bose. He was the first prime minister of India, 1943. Okay, he established the provisional free independent government of India. Okay, so after the trial, Khan declared that he would henceforth follow the path of non-violence espoused by Gandhi, and he joined the Congress party. So after independence, he joined the Congress party and became a Gandhian. Okay. Impressed by Bose's patriotic speeches, Nawaz joined the INA in 1943. He was included in the cabinet. I told you the first provisional free government. The first provisional government of Free India, the PM was Bose, and Shah Nawaz Khan was the part of that cabinet. He was the part of that cabinet. ठीक है? Understood? So this was the question asked in 2021 last year. Okay. Final is Pulin Das. Pulin Bihari Das, birthday, birth anniversary. Happy birthday बोलो Pulin Das को. Okay. Remembering the revolutionary freedom fighter Pulin Das, he established the. Now Pulin Bihari Das is a part of topic. What? Revolutionary terrorism phase 1. Phase 1. There are two revolutionary terrorism. One is 1900 to 1910, 11. Second is Bhagat Singh, 1920s. Okay, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, they were there. Okay, so is the first phase. So revolutionary terrorism topic is a static modern topic which we will cover. Apart from Dhaka Anushaalan Samiti, so Dhaka Anushaalan Samiti is mentioned in book also, mentioned in Spectrum book also, everywhere it is mentioned, common. He also founded the Bharat Sevak Sangh. This you have to remember, it is extra. Bharat Sevak Sangh is 1920 to carry on the revolution activities. So revolution activities in a way it stopped in 1911, but in 1920 again it started. Underground it was going on a lower scale, but 1920s again it started. So Bharat Sevak Sangh and Dhaka Anushaalan Samiti, most of the people know this, but Bharat Sevak Sangh you have to also remember from prelims point of view. Under the patronage of barrister S.R. Das, he published two periodicals. One is Hak Katha and Swaraj, through which he began to spread the revolutionary ideas. Hak Katha and Swaraj. Okay. So in every class, in every current affair class, we are having environment, we are having science, we are having governance, we are also having some society, tribal, we are also having history, and we are also having polity. So this 1 hour or 1 hour 10 minutes becomes very important for your prelims. Okay, fine, that's it.